Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, let's talk about 1.99% financing for the brand new Tesla Model Y rear-wheel drive. The offer hasn't hit yet, but let's talk about when it's going to be coming up and maybe some steps for you if you're looking to be prepared for it so that you can be ready if you're looking to buy a brand new Tesla Model Y. So we're going to get into that plus a variety of topics, but before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested, and definitely check out my Patreon group down below in the description if you want to support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing a new or just a used Tesla. And if you want to schedule a phone call with me, you can do that down below at my Patreon group. Today's live stream is partnered and sponsored by Aura, where you can protect your online data and more, but more on that later. And so the Model Y rear-wheel drive, the cheapest, most inexpensive Model Y, just got released like 2 days ago at this point. And there's a couple different things that do not qualify with the brand new Model Y. We'll run through that. And we actually got some more information on like the timeline of all these different things. And I'll give you my best guess on when I think 1.99% financing is coming. But before we do that, especially coming for the rear-wheel drive only, because it is available on the all-wheel drive. Taking a look at inventory for the Model Y, though, we can start to see some inventory creeping up for the all-wheel drive. It seems like the demand, or maybe the production, is much far exceeded by the demand, or the production exceeded the demand. It is starting to rise up. We've got 518 Model Ys posted on Tesla's website. Everything else pretty wonky, and so I guess we have to take this with a grain of salt with all these different inventory fluctuations that are happening. So my best guess, to get right into this, my best guess for when the 1.99% financing will hit on the brand new Model Y rear-wheel drive is going to be July of 2025. And here's why I think that is. If you take a look at Tesla, when you go build a rear-wheel drive, let's say the cheapest version, the Stealth Gray, it actually says delivery range of 3 to 5 weeks for California. And so if we push out 3 to 5 weeks, that's essentially almost the end of June. And if it's delayed, maybe creeping in a little bit until July. And so two things really need to happen here. The first thing is that we've got to get deliveries happening for the rear-wheel drive in any sort of capacity, in any sort of color. So like if the red one, the more expensive vehicles, more expensive Model Y rear-wheel drives have to get delivered first. Maybe that's what strategy that Tesla will be doing. We have to see deliveries of this happen first. And so in the past with the Model Y, they have definitely maybe over or under promised and over delivered in terms of delivery date ranges, and actually it arriving before it actually said it was going to be. And so maybe we could see the first rear-wheel drives delivering by the end of this month, or maybe in like the first couple of weeks of June, which June is the last month of the quarter. We know Tesla at this point switches up their strategies, and we start to see more promotion and incentives at the beginning of the second month of the quarter. Right now it's the second month, May. The quarter ends in June. And so we could see a little bit of a Hail Mary in which Tesla, if they don't like how they are sitting with Model Y rear-wheel drive orders, deliveries, and whichever, maybe best case scenario, they flip the switch and turn on the 1.99% financing for the rear-wheel drive on June 1st to really close out the month for the end of the quarter. So best case scenario, June. I'm thinking maybe middle case scenario, July. And then of course, as we get into the next quarter, middle of the quarter 3, maybe it could even be an August timeframe for 1.99% financing for the brand new Tesla Model Y rear-wheel drive. So hopefully that lines up with your time frame. I know a lot of you are still asking, like, when is this financing going to be hitting? And of course, there's other trims as well, like third row for the Model Y and also performance for the Model Y as well. So a lot of different things, but huge bad news, or maybe not huge news, but bad news is that the $2,000 loyalty offer, the one that, you could potentially get on an all-wheel drive, not only can you not stack it with the 1.99% offer, it is not available for the Model Y rear wheel drive. We actually spoke to a Tesla person earlier today. Of course, maybe we take that with a grain of salt because, not all the time they're 100% accurate. But at this moment, it appears you cannot combine that $2,000 Model Y loyalty offer with a rear wheel drive vehicle. And so Tesla really seems to be holding that this rear wheel drive has more demand. And I guess I kind of believe it now that we see that it is pound for pound, feature for feature, rear wheel drive versus the all wheel drive, besides like an all wheel drive system, and it actually has more range. And we already see so much demand for the Model 3 rear wheel drive in terms of it actually having like a 1 to 3 wait list for that vehicle. And so I would imagine, worst case, maybe we see 1.99, maybe we never see 1.99. It really depends on inventory. If it actually starts to be stacking up in inventory with like the back end of Tesla, and it really depends on how many orders we get for the Tesla vehicle of the brand new Tesla Model Y. Let's see if we can see any of the Model Y inventory currently. And of course, they're all going to be all-wheel drives. And the interesting thing with the Model Y is that we see a bunch of launch series Model Ys in inventory as well. And so certainly let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what you're thinking. Do you think or do you agree with the same type of time frame? As it sits at the moment, it definitely feels like the all-wheel drive, if you're financing, is a much better deal. Even if you got like the $2,000 loyalty offer, then paying cash for the all-wheel drive is also going to be a better deal because it isn't that much of a big spread. It's $4,000 difference between the both of them. And so if you get that $2,000 loyalty offer, then you're getting pretty close to that real wheel drive for sure. But let us know what your thoughts on it. When do you think that 1.99% financing is coming for the real wheel drive, and or when do you think more promotions are coming for the Model Y? I went to see if there's any inventory discounts. I don't see any just yet. The other day we saw like $500 off, $600 off. I imagine as we get into next week, which is the middle of the month, we typically start to see demo status vehicles and everything during that time frame. So we'll also start to see more Model 3 discounts, and definitely maybe a sliver of some Model Y discounts, just like how you can find on our deal spreadsheet down below in the description all the best Model 3 discounts, anywhere from $1,000 to $5,600 off Tesla Model 3s. And the beauty with these is that this is before the Tesla referral code that you can use down below in the description to get 3 months of full self-driving added to your Tesla vehicle. And so if you're interested, hit that referral code first, then go to Tesla's website and then pick a vehicle, any vehicle that you are actually interested in. Place a $250 deposit. In other news, it seems like Tesla is starting to introduce some Tesla workshops so you can learn more about the Tesla vehicles, latest features and everything. Ryan Torres posted this, so if you're interested in learning more, you can go check one of them out. And here's an interesting theory about like why Cybertruck is not getting autopilot. Christian posted this. Looks like autopilot will be killed completely soon. No more auto steer, just full self-driving on all vehicles. That would be an interesting move for sure, because autopilot comes with a lot of different vehicles, all the different Tesla vehicles for free. And so if it's just a paid option on Tesla vehicles, that can be an interesting move where Tesla removes that. But I really feel like that's a big selling point, if because of how well it is on the highway. But let us know what your thought on that theory as well. If you're planning on financing your Tesla, then there's one thing you need to do before you even apply: protect your credit. Seriously, because here's the wildest part. Bank of America just had a data breach recently, and they didn't even tell customers for a month. That means your social, your phone number, and your email could have already been out there, and you'd have no clue. Most companies wait on average of 277 days to report a breach. That's 9 months where your identity is exposed and you're the last to know. That's why I use Aura, today's sponsor. Aura constantly scans the dark web and lets me know if anything tied to me shows up, my social, bank info, or any of my personal information. And that's not just for breaches. There's so many different tools I use with Aura. Want to reduce those pesky spam calls? Aura's got it. Want to remove your data like your addresses, phone numbers from those sketchy broker sites? Aura has that too. They will also include $5 million in identity theft insurance, and everything's packed into one clean app. You can try it free for 14 days at aura.com/DennisCW. I'll put that in the description as well. Don't wait until someone else tells you your data is at risk. That's like turning on Sentry mode after your car got keyed. Protect your credit before you apply. I'm doing it, and you should too. Thanks to everyone. U-Haul, thanks for coming in. JJ, great to see you. Lucio, great to see you as well. Who else? Sharon, great to see you. Thanks for coming in as well. Let's see. Good evening. Do you think rear-wheel drive will be a flop like launch and all-wheel drive? I don't actually think so, JJ. I think more people are interested in that cheaper version. People want to save money. They want the cheapest one that they can get. I mean, I'm kind of excited on the rear-wheel drive as well. It got me thinking like all-wheel drive is really an overkill in California and other states that are like it. And so I'm either waiting for that or maybe even a performance in the future. Lucio, will there be a performance model in the future? Yeah, 100%. Model X played out. I mean, in the current version, I would definitely not be buying a Model X. There's a new one potentially around the corner, so I would not get it. Quarter two sales may be horrible like quarter one, and they will really get desperate, even lower than quarter one. Yeah, I mean, every single year, the deals, incentives, and everything get progressively better as we move through the quarter three, quarter four, which is always the best. So I would say, I mean, we'll see how the quarter two sales goes. I mean, one thing is for sure, if they're not in a good position at the moment, then it could get definitely better, maybe even by the end of May or maybe first week of May as well. In this next topic, it seems like Tesla isn't the only one having inventory start to show up. Rivian just released their special edition Dune, and it is also in inventory as well. And I would imagine this is a telltale sign of when vehicles are this expensive, 80, 90, $100,000 plus. I mean, there is just a limited market, and I bet that market keeps shrinking more and more and more. Chris posted this breaking news: Dune, the Dune special edition, which I actually saw one of these, very, very cool edition, is actually available in inventory that you can pick up within a week or 2 weeks. Here's a couple versions: R1S, 105 and 106. Here's a couple R1Ts, $99,000 and $100,000. I like this color actually, this bone white color, and maybe it's like a Cybertruck wrap we do next. And if you're interested in a Rivian vehicle, definitely don't forget to use a Rivian referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can save some money as well or get some credits on it as well. But let us know what your thoughts are on this Rivian version special edition, and would you be buying one in the future? In this next topic, Cybertruck is a flop. There are a ton of different telltale signs on everything that are happening here, but let's take a look at it. And this, what inspired us is this post from Teslarati. If you believe the Cybertruck is a flop, tell us why. If you believe the Cybertruck isn't a flop, tell us that too. And I imagine, it's unfortunate because the Cybertruck, we were just driving it today. We drove like almost 150 miles in one day, and it is a fantastic, comfortable, very, very easy to drive, maybe even more easier to drive than my Model Y. Fantastic vehicle. I really challenge you all, if you have not done a test drive on a Cybertruck, I would go drive one, maybe even do a 2-day demo test drive that Tesla is doing right now. But let's take a look at some of these. Of course, there's going to be probably a lot of fantastic positive posts in here as well. But the one thing is, I still believe that it is still one of the most best-selling electric vehicle trucks, but there's a lot of trucks entering the space now in that same price range with a lot more range, like 400 to 500 miles of range. But in case you missed what happened, the range extender that pushes the range all the way to 445,000 was a $16,000 option, was canceled yesterday. And also, autopilot is not coming to the Tesla Cybertruck as well. But here's one theory with this. Steve said, hopefully this means a 500-mile battery under the truck is coming. Otherwise, Cybertruck will never sell in large numbers. That would be an interesting move if they put a really big battery under there, like 200 kilowatt, like some of its competitors, to really, really push the range numbers to see what it actually will be. But I don't know what that would do to the cost. And so I'm a little bit, if I were to be honest, I am a little bit worried about the Cybertruck line, and I'm also interested to see what type of deals and incentives we get by the end of the year on the Cybertruck. But here's the full list, and I definitely agree with this. Brandon posted this: no base autopilot coming to the Cybertruck, no adaptive matrix headlights, the headlights that dazzle around, that's on the new Model Y now, that's on every Tesla vehicle that has the matrix bulbs. That is a super fantastic feature once you have it. No range extender, and worse full self-driving than all the other different models. I mean, I don't know if I would say it's worse full self-driving, but it is a little bit more conservative because it's a big vehicle. Big vehicles take more time to go into other lane changes and everything, and so certainly it is a very interesting move. But let us know what your thoughts are. Are you still interested in the market for a Cybertruck? Cybertruck, and what type of pricing or incentives do you want to see on a Cybertruck as we get to the end of the quarter and as we get to the end of the year. Now that you've bought your Tesla or you're about to buy your Tesla, did you know that it comes with 0 accessories? Seriously, not even a phone mount. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In my opinion, there's a few must-haves that every Tesla owner should get, like a phone mount so your phone doesn't fly off during acceleration, a center console organizer because without it, you're going to lose a bunch of stuff, and my newest favorite, an invisible underscreen station mount from Jowa, a great place to store sunglasses. And all of these accessories plus more you can get from our partner Jowa. And you know these accessories are good because I actually use all of their stuff. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, you can save some money and support the channel as well. But Jowa doesn't stop at just the basics. They've got a wireless game controller that fits perfectly in the glove box, a portable air compressor for peace of mind on those long road trips, and even an electric scooter, because why walk from the superchargers or level 2 chargers? So not only will you save some money by using our promo code down below in the description, you can also get free shipping on orders over $120. So definitely check it out, link down below in the description. Thank you to Jowa for partnering with us on this channel, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks to everyone. Blueberry, thanks for coming in. U-Haul, 4 winter states like the north. Yeah, all-wheel drive, definitely. If you live in any sort of area that has inclement weather, all-wheel drive is the way to go. If you don't, then rear-wheel drive would be the way to go, especially now that it doesn't have any less features in the all-wheel drive. JJ, when is the cheaper stripped-down version of the Model Y being released? I mean, my best guess is before the end of the year. I really thought maybe it might be that they were going to go for that for the long-range rear-wheel drive, but they went the opposite direction and gave it more things than a rear-wheel drive usually has. So really cool to see that from Tesla. Victic, looking forward to seeing the inventory discounts on the Model Y rear-wheel drive. That is definitely going to be a Q3 thing. I would not put any money on that happening. Maybe just a little bit, but not happening in Q2. That is a Q3 thing. So anywhere from July to like September timeframe is what I think for that. In this next topic, Tesla seems to have dumped a bunch of inventory, used inventory, plenty of vehicles that are under the $25,000 used EV tax credit, and now you can get them as low as what, $18,000, $19,000. Plenty of them even under $20,000. Whole Mars Catalog posted this. You can now get a used Tesla for under $20,000 on Tesla's website right now. And the cool, crazy thing with this is like, if you take a look at it, some of them also come with like 3 months full self-driving, 3 months free supercharging, and on top of that, 3 months of premium connectivity as well. Like this one right here. This one includes the $4,000 used EV tax credit out as well, a $20,000 price for a 2020 used Model 3 long-range performance. And so if you are someone that's paying cash for these, because if you finance it, you can see 8.19%, definitely not worth it unless you're paying like a massive down payment. But it is very interesting to see that even Tesla, there was a while that there wasn't any of these under $25,000 because they would get scooped up immediately. But now there are plenty of them that qualify for under $25,000. And you can get, if you qualify for the $4,000 used EV tax credit, you can get plenty of these, which the quick TLDR is that if you're single, your adjusted gross income needs to be under $75K. And if you're married, the adjusted gross income needs to be under $150,000. And so certainly very interesting to see. Let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But if you're going to be buying one of these cheaper, low-cost, high-mileage Tesla vehicles like this 2020 Tesla Model 3 for $10,000 or this Model S for also $10,000, I strongly recommend some sort of warranty. And that's where our channel partner Amber comes into play. Amber is a month-to-month warranty for your Tesla, and unlike those other companies that will charge you $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 up front, Amber is month-to-month. Think of Amber like AppleCare, but instead of for your iPhone, it's for your Tesla vehicle. They've got 3 different types of packages right now: Basics, Essentials, and Premium. Basic starts at $65 a month, so definitely check out Amber down below in the description. Use our link to get a no-obligation quote for month-to-month coverage on your Tesla. You can see that Amber does have some benefits over the Tesla service warranty as well. So definitely thank you to Amber for partnering with us, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks to everyone. Michelle, Rivian with those prices, hilarious. Have you driven one? It won't be worth over $60K. It seems like the used market is still holding at like 60 to 70K for those. I have driven a Gen 1 R1S. I thought the suspension was a little harsh, and it seems like it got better in the Gen 2, but still there are people that think that the Gen 2 suspension is rough. And the biggest thing is that a lot of people complain that the audio system of the Rivians are terrible. JJ, do these sell low miles like 15 to 20K, 2023 Model 3? Of course they sell. How's the ride quality? I heard that previous model before Highline is really bad. Yes, I would concur. And I used to talk a bunch of smack about these older Teslas. Like it was not worth it at all on some of these Model 3s. I mean, they've definitely made much improvements like the new Model 3 and the new Model Y. Super fantastic. It's still not air suspension, but it's getting pretty darn close to air suspension that you can find on the Model S and the Model X. But quick tip with this is like if you're going, like if you are 100% you don't want a new Model Y at all and you're going to go with a used one, definitely check out Unplugged Performance's luxury suspension for the Tesla Model Y. It is 100% worth it. I mean, you can find it down below in our Unplugged Performance link. It's got tons of rave reviews, and I was able to drive one in, and it actually makes it a lot more comfortable depending on your year and everything. So luxury is here, this one right here, luxury suspension for the Model Y. Definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. Tundra, the 2024 Model 3 Performance is seeing discounts. I just saw one a week ago of $38,500, but unfortunately it sold really quick. Yes, Tundra. I would quick tip on that one. CarMax. CarMax seems to dump their Model 3 Performances every once in a while. And so if you can find one near you, they price them right to clear them because they don't want to sit on them too long. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button in the comments and everything. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.